my name is Nathaniel, and in this video, I'm going to be drawing a utopian city. So there's a lot of dystopian concept art going around. Seems to be the main thing people draw is like post-apocalypse or alien invasion or military kind of stuff. Not a whole lot of happy future topics, which is kind of strange. Makes you ask some questions. But anyhow, I think other than the human condition, it might also have to do with the fact that utopian cities are oftentimes harder to draw because they're portrayed as this really perfect, clean architecture, which is a lot harder to do than the kind of destroyed, less perfect, more random, dystopian look that is more common. Another thing that makes them less appealing is just the fact that they're portrayed oftentimes not very pretty. So, at least in my personal opinion, a lot of the utopian concepts that I've seen, I look at them and I'm like, wow, that looks like a pretty lame spot to go. Because they always have that really bright midday kind of atmosphere with the you'd feel like you'd be walking around through that city squinting your eyes because it's too sunny, and the really perfect architecture can be pretty neat, but it can also be pretty bland and boring. So that might also be a reason why dystopian is often picked first. My personal reason for deciding to go with a utopian style for this drawing was for the change. Like I said, it seems to be more common to be seeing dystopian stuff and just felt like doing something different. But also because I wanted to try and draw the utopian look with a more appealing style. So the first thing I did was to change and stray away from the really bright sunny day look to a more kind of foggy. I also put overhead kind of decks in the top left, and then that tree which sort of overhangs the viewpoint on the right, and that just helps it feel a little more shady, and in my opinion it makes it a lot more warm and cozy. So those are things that I find appealing in a painting as opposed to that stereotypical beach look. So at this point, I'm giving the streetlights a second try. Some of you may have noticed that I made a bunch of signs earlier, and then I went ahead and deleted that layer because they didn't look very good. But at this point, that alley is dark enough that it seems appropriate, and it would give it like a warmer, cozy, inviting feel. I did find it kind of controversial because, in a way, for me at least, I think those signs and all the glowing stuff, it represents advertisement to some extent. And it's very like corporate or industrial, which aren't really aspects of a utopian future in my opinion. But you could see it in different ways, I suppose. I went ahead and did it anyways because, like I said, it does add a warmer feeling to that street. So, other than the slightly sci-fi architecture, I think the main thing that sets this city apart from an ordinary city of today would be the abundance of greenery. And that's what I was going for with the whole utopian theme. I think that we fundamentally depend on nature, and the way to make things work out is if we learn to live side by side with it. So I threw in as much green as I could fit, tried to get it almost like you're walking through a forest with those distant trees and just grassy streets everywhere. I might be biased because I do live in the country and I grew up in the country, but I do strongly believe that greener cities are the way to go. So the last thing I did was to add some characters for scale, and I had these two holding hands because I think the most important part of having a utopian future is learning to treat each other better and stop fighting about stuff. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.